You've served our country, made sacrifices, and now you're ready to plant some roots in a place that values your service and gives back in meaningful ways. What if I told you South Carolina, and more specifically Charleston, might just be the perfect landing spot? But here's the kicker. You might not even know about some of the best benefits and programs that are waiting for you right here. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you're going to walk away knowing exactly what's available to you as a veteran in South Carolina and how to take full advantage of it. Oh, and there's one little known program we're going to talk about later that could save you thousands, so don't go anywhere. Now, before we dive into the details, I want to set the stage. South Carolina is often called a veteran-friendly state, and let me tell you, it's not just a catchy phrase. The benefits here go beyond the surface. From tax breaks to education, healthcare, employment, and even recreational perks, there's a lot to unpack, and we're going to do just that. But I'm also going to share a few tips that can help you avoid some of the common pitfalls, because let's be real, navigating the system can sometimes feel like deciphering military jargon all over again. Let's kick things off with taxes, because who doesn't want to keep more of their hard-earned money? If you're a veteran in South Carolina, you're probably going to love this. Military retirement pay is completely tax-free. That's right. 0 state income tax on your retirement pay. And let me tell you this isn't something that every state offers. It's a huge deal, especially when you're comparing the cost of living across different states. But wait, there's more. If you're a disabled veteran, you could qualify for property tax exemptions on your home. The exact amount depends on your disability rating, but in some cases, you might not pay any property taxes at all. Imagine that. You're living in one of the most beautiful cities in the country, and you're paying 0 property taxes. Now that is what I call a win. Now, here's where it gets really interesting. South Carolina also offers a homestead exemption for eligible veterans. If you're over 65, legally blind, or totally disabled, which includes certain categories of disabled veterans, you can exempt up to $50,000 of your home's value from property taxes. And if you're the surviving spouse of a qualifying veteran, you may be eligible for this exemption as well. Here's a tip. Work with your local county tax office to make sure that you are claiming every exemption that's available to you. Speaking of homes, let's talk about home loans. You're probably familiar with the VA loan program, but did you know that South Carolina has additional resources to help veterans with housing? For example, the South Carolina State Housing Finance and Development Authority offers the Palmetto Heroes Program. This provides down payment assistance and favorable mortgage rates for eligible veterans. Combine that with the no down payment feature of a VA loan, and you've got a recipe for homeownership success. And here's a pro tip. Work with a local lender who understands both the VA loan process and the state-specific benefits. Trust me, it makes a world of difference. And don't forget about the VA's Specially Adapted Housing Grant. If you have a service-connected disability, this program can help you build or modify a home to meet your needs. Now, let's shift gears to education, because honestly, this is where South Carolina shines. If you're a veteran or the spouse or dependent of a veteran, you've got options. First, let's talk about in-state tuition. South Carolina waives the residency requirement for veterans and their dependents using the VA education benefits. This means that you can qualify for in-state tuition rates right away. That's a huge savings, especially if you're looking at schools like the College of Charleston, the Citadel, or Charleston Southern University. And speaking of the Citadel, did you know that they have specific programs that are tailored for veterans? They've got a Veteran Services Office that helps with everything from academic advising to transitioning back to civilian life. It's worth checking out if you're considering going back to school. But wait, there's more. The free tuition for certain war veterans' children program. If you're a veteran with a service-connected disability, your children might qualify for free tuition at any state-supported college or university. Yes, you heard that right, free tuition. And here's another one. The South Carolina National Guard Assistance Program provides up to $4,500 annually for eligible Guard members, which can really be a game changer if you're balancing military service and higher education. Healthcare is another big one, and it's often a top priority for veterans and their families. The Ralph H. Johnson VA Medical Center in Charleston is one of the top-rated VA hospitals in the country. They offer a wide range of services from primary care to specialized treatments for conditions like PTSD and traumatic brain injuries. And here's the thing, if you're eligible for VA healthcare, you're not just getting access to a hospital, you're stepping into a network of support. Plus, there are outpatient clinics in Goose Creek, North Charleston, and some other nearby areas that make it convenient to access care no matter where you are in the Lowcountry. But did you also know that the Charleston VA has partnerships with local hospitals like MUSC for certain treatments? That means that you're getting access to some of the best care in the region. Let's not forget about mental health services. The VA in Charleston offers some pretty good programs, including counseling for veterans and their families. They also have telehealth options, so you can access care from the comfort of your home. And if you're transitioning out of active duty, the VA's Transition Assistance Program provides resources to help you navigate the shift to civilian life. Now, let's talk about employment opportunities, because finding a fulfilling career is a big part of life after service. South Carolina takes pride in supporting veterans that are transitioning to civilian careers. Through programs like Operation Palmetto Employment, you can access job training, resume assistance, and even direct job placement services. And get this, many state jobs give hiring preference to veterans, which can be a game changer if you're looking to start a new chapter in your career. Additionally, the South Carolina Department of Employment and Workforce has veteran representatives who can connect you with employers that actively seek to hire veterans. And if you're an entrepreneur, the Small Business Administration offers workshops and funding options specifically for veteran-owned businesses. Here's a benefit that doesn't always get the spotlight, but absolutely should. Recreational perks. If you're a veteran, you can get a discounted hunting and fishing license in South Carolina. And if you're a 100% disabled veteran, those licenses are free. But it's not just about fishing and hunting. South Carolina state parks offer free admission to all military retirees and active duty service members. Imagine spending a day at Huntington Beach State Park or exploring the trails at Table Rock, all without having to pay an entrance fee. And let's not forget about the special events that many parks host for veterans, like appreciation days and outdoor therapy programs. And now for the program I teased earlier, the one that could save you thousands. It's called the Military Base Tax Exemption Program. If you're moving to South Carolina due to military orders, you may be eligible for a special tax break that exempts you from paying vehicle property taxes. Yes, you heard me right. No vehicle property taxes. Got to apply within a specific time frame, so don't sit on this one. And while we're on the topic of vehicles, let me add this. Disabled veterans in South Carolina can also qualify for a free license plate, which not only saves you money, but also shows your status as someone who has served our country. Before we wrap up, let's talk about how to actually access these benefits, because knowing about them is only half the battle. Start by reaching out to the South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs. They can help you navigate the application processes, and they can also answer any questions that you have. And don't underestimate the power of local veterans organizations. Groups like the American Legion and VFW are incredible resources for networking and getting insider tips on maximizing your benefits. And here's a little known gem. Many counties in South Carolina have Veterans Affairs officers who can provide personal assistance. These folks, they're like your secret weapon for cutting through the red tape. From tax breaks and education to healthcare, recreation, and employment opportunities, South Carolina truly goes above and beyond to honor those who have served. And if you've made it this far, you are already ahead of the game. But here's the thing, knowledge is only powerful if you can act on it. So take what you've learned today and start putting it into action. Whether that means calling the South Carolina Department of Veterans Affairs, scheduling a meeting with your county Veterans Affairs officer, or maybe even just jotting down questions that you can bring up at your local VFW meeting. The next step is yours to take. Now, let's quickly touch on a few more bonus tips that might not be on your radar, but can still make a big difference. First, if you're transitioning to civilian life, don't underestimate the value of mentorship programs. Organizations like the South Carolina Military Base Task Force and Operation Palmetto Employment often partners with mentors who have been through the same transition process, and they can provide guidance that's tailored to your career goals. And let's talk about community. One of the best things about Charleston is the sense of belonging that you'll find here. The city has a thriving veteran community with events like the Veterans Day Parade downtown, veteran-focused networking nights, and even social clubs that meet for everything from fishing trips to book discussions. Getting plugged into these groups is not just good for your mental health, it's also a fantastic way to hear about opportunities and benefits that you might not find on your own. Another often overlooked benefit is legal assistance. Veterans in South Carolina can access free or low-cost legal services for issues like housing disputes, family law matters, and even help with VA claims. The South Carolina Bar has programs that are specifically for veterans, and many law schools in the area, like the Charleston School of Law, offer clinics where students can provide free assistance under the supervision of experienced attorneys. If you're feeling overwhelmed with legal paperwork, this is a resource that you don't want to miss. And let's not forget about family support. The South Carolina Military Family Relief Fund is available to assist military families that are facing financial hardships. This program provides grants to help cover things like utility bills, medical expenses, and other unforeseen costs. It can be a lifeline for families who might be struggling to make ends meet. And the best part is that it's specifically designed for those connected to the military. Now, if you're thinking about retiring in South Carolina, let me sweeten the deal a little bit more. Charleston isn't just about history and beautiful beaches. It's about quality of life. And because of South Carolina's relatively low cost of living compared to many other coastal states, you'll find that your retirement income stretches further here. Plus, the weather? Let's just say snow shovels aren't exactly flying off the shelves. But it's not just about benefits and logistics. It's about the lifestyle. Imagine mornings that are spent fishing off the coast, afternoons exploring historic landmarks like Fort Sumter, and evenings at a low country boil with neighbors who have become lifelong friends. Charleston isn't just a place to live, it's a place to thrive, surrounded by people who genuinely appreciate the sacrifices that you've made for this country. Okay, let's bring it full circle. Remember the program that I teased earlier, the one that could save you thousands? Here's your reminder. The Military Base Tax Exemption Program for vehicle property taxes. If that's the one takeaway you act on today, you could save yourself a bundle. But don't stop there. Dive into the property tax exemptions, take advantage of education benefits, and explore healthcare options that suit your needs. And if there's one final thought that I want to leave with you, it's this. You have given so much to this country, and now it's time for South Carolina to give back to you. Because here in Charleston, we aren't just about Southern hospitality. We're about honoring and supporting those who have served. Let me know in the comments which benefit you're most excited to pursue, or if you have a question about something that we covered today. Thanks for spending this time with me, and I hope you're walking away feeling empowered and ready to take advantage of all the opportunities waiting for you right here in the Palmetto State. And if you want to save $1,000 on your closing costs, you can click the link in the description to download my relocation guide to find out how I can help you do that. My name is Deneene Gary, the Southern Living Yankee and a realtor in Charleston, South Carolina. Thanks for spending this time with me. So long for today.